Hey cookie creators and lovers alike, I'm Gabby. There's nothing like that childhood joy of a candy-filled Easter egg. So today on the Cool Cookie Show, we're making a completely three-dimensional Easter egg full of candy. In order to create my cookie eggshell, I started by purchasing a silicone cake mold in the shape of eggs. If you're interested in checking it out, I'll supply the link in the details below. I started by rolling out the cookie dough in its regular sheet, then flipped the mat upside down. I then gently laid dough over top of the egg and used a sharp knife to cut around the edges. After baking at the regular temperature of 350 for about 10 to 15 minutes, I came out with a result such as this. To fully coat the eggshell, I'm going to drape it in 15-second consistency flooding icing. I've placed it on a cooling rack on top of a baking sheet to catch any excess icing. Once you've flooded the entire cookie, tap the drying rack and give it a good shake. Then, to ensure that the icing doesn't adhere the cookie to the drying rack, use your Scribe tool to shift it down a bit. Now we'll let this flooding dry for 6 to 12 hours before we go in and start adding the detail on the exterior of our cookie. For the design on my candy-filled cookie, I'm going to create a bunny sitting in the meadow. I've used my Scribe tool to edge the image into the icing, giving myself a guideline to follow. For my soft piping consistency icing, I'm using a No. 1 Ateco tip. And for my 20-second consistency flooding icing, I'm using a No. 2 Wilton tip. It is important to have a thicker consistency flooding icing as we're working on a rounded surface. Now we'll let our bunny dry for about 20 minutes to an hour before we go in and add the detail that surrounds him. Now that our Easter bunny has had some time to dry, we'll go in with some green, stiff, piping consistency icing and add the grass in his meadow. We'll finish up our meadow with some edible purple flowers I purchased. We'll let these details dry for 20 minutes to an hour before we go in and frame our Easter bunny. And now for the really fun part, filling the cookie with candy. You can fill the cookie with whatever type of candy you desire. I've decided to go with some traditional Easter-themed candies. Now that our cookie is full of candy, let's grab our stiff piping consistency icing and seal it up. With the candy stashed and the cookie sealed, I'm going to let it dry for about an hour in this horizontal position before I go in with some stiff piping consistency icing and clean up where the two cookies connect. This cookie's all done and ready to hand out an Easter sugar rush. If this 3D cookie was your Easter treat, what candies would you like to see inside? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified every time I post a new video. In the meantime, here are some other videos you may enjoy. Thanks so much for tuning in to The Cool Cookie Show. Until next time, stay sweet.